Hi Cyborg, how you doing? Oh, I forgot to replicate that over to this screen. Oh well, you'll see it soon enough anyway. What do I need to do? I need to go into here. That's what I need to do. That's better. Hey Tids, how you doing? Welcome in. Okay, I think I'm all set. Hopefully. Probably. As long as you folks can hear me okay, that's the important thing right now. Okay, I think that should stop my view from being blocked and also allow me to see my stream deck properly. Can you hear me okay right now? Or am I too quiet? Cool. Hey D-Mac, how you doing? Had a surprisingly nice day after a bit of a shite week start. Well, I'm glad it's picked up for you, Tids. I really am. I'm glad you've had a good day. I've had an okay day. So, good news, jukebox is working again. Bad news, as you can see from the bottom of the screen, no captions for the foreseeable. A big part of my problem, there's a table leg there. A big part of my problem is that I have to use Chrome for the captions. Let's bring this down a little bit. Down with Chromium, indeed. Chrome is the only web browser that the auto captioning tool I use can actually work with. Over here, camera. There we go. And my CPU is currently sitting at around 80% usage without Chrome. 3 guesses what it'd be if I was using Chrome. So no captions until I can get a new Chromium's anti-privacy. Yeah, was that too. Until I can get a new PC on with Firefox. And specifically until I can get a new CPU, there will be no captions. And going forward, when I do have captions again, that will be the only thing I use Chrome for. I'm going to have to futz around with my lighting a little bit. I think I've made it too dark in here. I wanted to show off the fairy lights because I've got these really pretty fairy lights, but I can't see if I turn the light off. Well, I can, but like it's not really conducive to painting. So we're just going to have the lights on full blast. Yeah. Got given a brand new orthopedic mattress, still in bag. It's a hybrid pillow top. Oh, nice. About $400 worth. Nice. Congratulations, Cyborg. Okay. Let's do this thing. I'm in a bit of a funny headspace today, just to warn you folks. That's not a like don't be yourselves kind of deal, just like a if I'm coming across a bit weird or anything like that, yeah, just really funny headspace today. The PC problems are part of it, obviously. Why wouldn't they be? But yeah, I don't know. Shit's weird, yo. Uh, so I've been having a go in my spare time. Where did I put it? It's the point when I find out that I've put it somewhere really stupid and can't reach it. Ah, no, here it is. I've been having a go at non-metallic metals in my spare time. Um, it's really, really rough. This was like my first attempt. But I think I've got the basic idea of how it works. Applying that to green is an interesting concept. I don't think it works quite the same when you're doing armor like I'm trying to do, and I've been doing some research into that over the last couple of days as well. Um, I quite like this. This is a lot more subtle. Where can I put it? There? There. Oh, camera, I'm gonna fall out with you. I reset all of the cameras because they'd all just set themselves back to standard settings. I reset them to how they're supposed to be right before the streams started, and they've set themselves back again. Which is just fucking rude. Now I've got to find the camera again. So many things. There we go. Please excuse me, folks. I don't know if I said hello, Grox. I'm so sorry if I didn't. Hello, Grox. Welcome in. How are you? See, that's one annoyance about not having access to the captions anymore. I can't check if I said hello. Here we go. That's better. Bravo, Cyborg. Yeah, so you're supposed to have like really, really stark highlights. You're supposed to blend it as well, but I left it a bit too late to start blending it after I'd applied the paint, so decided to use my first attempt as more of a theory piece. But I kind of like the idea of doing it more subtly, especially for a green. Ah, I see. Yeah, we ordered one during some sales not long after we moved in. But it went out of stock. So we are now just waiting for it to come back into stock so we can have the air fryer we've ordered. Still waiting. Best of luck to Mumborg. It is not an easy task. I also had a go at putting some colour shift on top of the green to see what it would look like, and it's really, really subtle, which I actually quite like. Just gives it a nice sheen. So that's what I've been doing. And I can't remember if I did this before or after the last stream, but I painted the tree and the little mushrooms for the base. Oh, really do? Nice. Thank you, Tids. Was that in response to the first version or the second version? Yeah, I am offensively proud of these little mushrooms. Second version. Cool, thank you, Tids. I've had a lot of good feedback from folks about the second version because I was just like, okay, friends, hobbyists, look at this thing. Tell me what I need to do to fix it. And they were just like, nah, it looks good like that. Okay then. So I think I know what I need to do to make his armor look nice. And I've been, instead of paying attention to what I'm doing, I've been looking at my character's armor in Dark Souls when I've been playing that recently and going, okay, this is where I need to put the highlights on the Flower Knight. But yeah, I'm really, really proud of my little mushrooms. I think they've come out really, really nice. And each set is designed to look like actual mushrooms that you would find in the forest as well. Like, I've not gone for just whatever colours I felt like, I've gone for actual naturally occurring fungus. Because that's the kind of dork I am. And now I say it out loud, I feel like a real fucking nerd. But yeah, I am really proud of how it's turned out. I think it's very pretty, and I just hope that the rest of the miniature can come out that
HeroQuest
nice
is
as
the
well.
best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
Hello, Cypher. Hope you're well. Welcome in.
Oh no, Mormons!
We have some very good-looking fungus among us. Wouldn't it? Never let fake nerds tell me otherwise. Thank you, D. I promise I will never let the fake nerds tell me otherwise. I don't know what a fake nerd is, and I would never deem to call someone a fake nerd because that seems kind of dick. But thank you, I think. I think being called a real nerd is a compliment. I have no fucking clue. I'm old, I don't know what's hip. Okay. This guy. So, what I have learned from reading a lot of tutorials is that depending on what metal you're trying to do non-metallic metals with, your white colour will differ. Most of the tutorials I've seen have been for steel, so they've immediately gone, yes, you want to use white for your highlights. But if you're working on a brass or a bronze, you want to be looking at a more yellowy white. Like a lemon yellow, I guess. So, really, this, like, pale elf flesh colour that I've got here, which is a Vallejo colour, will probably make a really good highlight for his armour if I want to make it shiny. But I told you I was going to, Cypher. I can't remember what it was called before. It was something really plain, like spooky stuff. And yeah, I thought your name for it was much more in keeping with the whimsy of the Discord server. So thank you for that, Cypher. And I like having little bits of the Discord server be kind of like little bits that have been built by the community, as it were. I'm just like, my camera is really bugging me because I don't want to show you folks all the crap that I've not packed away, but at the same time, it's like, it's not going to be very well positioned for when there we go, for when I'm painting and stuff like that. So, oh, sorry, microphone. Just punching shit now. Okay. Where were we? I'm losing my train of thought really quickly tonight as well, so I'm very sorry about that. This is going to be a rough one. Hilariously enough, considering the music. Yeah. So because of the size of him, I don't think putting too much shine on him is a good idea, to be honest with you. But I'm thinking maybe the very, like, the tops of his mask. Oh, really, D? You go into that then? Because was it that one that was in France, or was that a different one? Time also very difficult for me at the minute. Oh, I know what's wrong with my setup. I'm thinking something's not right here. Because I haven't brought you folks over to be really... Oh, it was Ghost that was in France and supported by Spirit Box, that's right. I knew it was somewhat like that, and I knew it involved Spirit Box. This is Spirit Box with guests. Oh, I love it when they do that. There we go. Now I can actually see chat without having to go. I can actually look at you folks, sort of. That's more looking at you, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Great lineup, but you can pay me to visit friends. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I am seeing a little spot that was missed with the heel. So I'm gonna just quickly get that. Actually, I'm gonna have to move the microphone, which I've repositioned 3 times already because I haven't got space for my paintbrush. Things you have to think about when doing a painting stream. Just give these an extra thin coat as well. Okay.
Hey hobby. Hope you're well. I've watched over 70 episodes of an American-Canadian high school drama called Degrassi and am disturbingly enthralled by the bad decisions of these teenagers.
Hi, Lynn. Thank you very much for the tip. I hope you're enjoying Degrassi. Never heard of it. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it at least. Because, like, there's oh my god, this is so bad it's good kind of watching, and there's actually enjoying something, if you know what I mean. And it's hard to tell which one it is there. Sounds very suspiciously like Slow's trying to hammer something into the wall very quietly so as not to disturb the stream. It could be the dog wagging his tail and hitting the wall repeatedly with it. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Are we missing any other areas? It's actually easier to see on the fucking stream cam. Yeah. Hmm? There we go. Sorry, I just realised that I'm not really keeping him on the camera. I've got everything set up a little bit weird, I think. That's better. Now you can see him much more clearly. And that's about where I'm going to keep him for painting him, so works. Just going to make sure we've got all of the little bits that are in here. Because he's got a lot of little details that are really easy to miss. I could put a bit too much green in it there. Okay, we can fix that. There we go. All I just did then was wet my brush a little bit because I'd got too much paint and it's not going on very smoothly, even though it's pre-watered. So I've taken the excess paint off my brush, wet the brush so that I can spread the excess paint that's on the miniature around a little bit. Probably not what you're supposed to do, but when have I ever done anything the way I'm supposed to? I'll tell you what, if things continue as they are at the moment, which, touch wood, they will, you may be seeing more painting streams for a little while. Like, I may just have to switch over to being a full-time painting streamer, as it were. Well, full-time for me, at any rate. Because this seems to tax my machine a little bit less than gaming for you. Okay. I think we're good there. I think we're okay. I'm thinking about doing the, and I know we joked about this the other week, but I'm thinking about doing the trims kind of a pale pink colour. Very pale pink. Or maybe a very vibrant pink, actually. I think it's a one or other option kind of situation. Hello, Kian, welcome in. And Irish as well. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're both doing well. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of keeping up with chat today. A bit all over the place. So these are feathers. So I'm thinking peacock feathers, or something. I hate to do this to you, but apparently in October, Planet Zoo got a new DLC called the Twilight Pack, which is focused on an enchanted forest theme with raccoons and giant mushrooms. Well, that sounds like they've just directly targeted me, which is kind of unfair. I don't think I own Planet Zoo though, so it's not a major issue for me. Planet Zoo's 113 quid. Oh wow, only. Harvey, how you doing? Welcome on in. Oh, if the stream details say that it's a squig, I'll be really annoyed because I've updated them like 4 fucking times. If they don't say that it's supposed to be a squig, then yeah, I do paint things other than squigs. Oh, sorry, microphone. Okay. You may have guessed, because of the headspace I'm in tonight, I'm really struggling to work up the courage to actually do this again. I am going to need a smaller brush. Can't do this with the character brush. That's the battered Psycho. Could I get away with doing this with the insane detail brush? Probably not. Okay. I'm gonna use the Psycho. Thank
Look
you.
at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it.
For a couple of reasons. Reason number one, I think it's necessary for what I'm about to do. Reason number two, my insane detail brush is dirty. I forgot to wash it after the last stream. Today ending in Y. I see what you did there, Cypher. I'm trying to be much better about not using the Psycho all the time. Hit me, or did the counter not update? Been having some issues with stream elements over the last couple of days, so I wouldn't be surprised. Very odd. Okie dokie, Arby. You enjoy your time in the Lurkers Lounge and enjoy your food. Thank you for popping in to say hello, though. Just making sure I've not missed anything. Oh, yeah. Sure, Kian. There you go. It has been removed from the jukebox and you've been refunded. Okay. What I'm thinking about doing as well. So I've been looking at a lot of pictures of verdigris over the last week. No, you can't pull the chair in further because there's a table leg in the way. You've done that 4 times now. Okay, you can't pull the chair in, but you can maneuver yourself closer. There we go. Who needs back support, eh? Okay. So I've been looking at a lot of verdigris pictures and tutorials as well. And I'm almost tempted to make the highlights sort of just bits that haven't gone green. But we're going to start with the dark areas. Because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go from dark to light. Pack support, never crunch. Heard of it. Oh, lovely, Cyborg. Thank you for the posture check, Tits. We need not primer, because we're not priming something. We need black paint. So we're going to use Army Painter Whole Black, because it's what I got. We're going to water it down a little bit. Excuse me a second, folks. I don't know if my microphone actually muted then or not, so either you know what just happened or you don't. But in case it did actually work like it was supposed to, Porthos is sat on his bed in the hallway. So he's got like a little bed out on the landing so that he can look out over the stairs and look at the front door and shit, because he likes doing that, because he's odd. Not that I have a problem with it. And I could hear him over the music through my headphones chewing on his paw. Um, huh? Did I miss something here? Oh, the song. Okay, no, I know what you mean now. I think I'm already out, so. But yeah, there are rules against that in chat for this month. Okay. So, in theory, what you do when you're painting, remixes don't count. Okay, okay. So I'm still in. That's good to know. When you're painting non-metallic metals, the trick is to have your darkest colour right next to your lightest colour. Apparently. Ooh, Flower Knight, you stay still, mate. This is going to be difficult. I don't need you making it harder. Okay. The Psycho is actually a little too small. I am going to have to try using the Insane Detail, which is the next size up. I've dealt with that incorrect song, Cyborg.
Oh no! Mormons!
Ooh. What's the heresy, sorry? So, I'm going to try and do it here first. On shoulder plate. Not using the Psycho. Like I said, I'm trying to be better about it, and sometimes it isn't the right brush to use. You wouldn't want to paint a tank with one, put it that way. Okay. So, we're going from the black to just dark green, which I'm going to water down a little bit because it's been on the palette for a while. Yeah, that's better. That may have looked a little weird, but that was me taking the excess paint off of one side of the brush, but not the other. Okay. Give it a little tap. No, that is actually just the... Okay. Now, I'm going back to the Psycho for the next bit. Which we want the Elphic flesh out for. So this is going to be a little bit different to the practice runs I've been doing, because I'm using a slightly different colour for my highlight. I feel like we've got a little too much there. Let's go insane detail. This is a very long process as well. All the stuff I've read says you've got to be really patient. Sometimes it's going to look like shit, but that isn't a reason to stop. And I don't know if this is going to work. It may look absolutely fucking horrible. Oh yeah, hang on. I've just noticed something. Hang on a second, folks. I'm just going to put him down. Probably shouldn't do this in the middle of painting, but I've noticed it and it's bugging me. So I need to fix it. Let's get you refreshed as well while I'm in here. I thought as much. Guess what? Psycho counter's updated. Where is there? Is it going to show up now? I guess not. Nah, it just doesn't want to work. It can wait. Okay. My donation goal bar has disappeared, which is how I realised what was going wrong with the psycho counter, but my donation bar doesn't want to come back. Reason I was thinking about it is because I just wanted to say a little thank you to the folks that have donated towards me replacing my computer. While I've been offline, I really do appreciate it, and I know you can't see it on screen, but thanks to you folks, I'm nearly at 300 quid already. If I can get to about 500, I'll have enough to put a deposit down on a new PC. That will do what I need it to do. Kian, thank you very much for the treat for Chibitan. And that will make potentially paying it in installments a lot easier to do. Ooh, that was too much paint. See, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Because I don't know whether it's supposed to look shit right now, or whether I fucked up. Non-metallic metal is a technique that I guess only the brave and the foolhardy attempt. And we both, well, we all know which one of those I am. I'm going to put some more water in my green paint. Get that nice and thin. That's too much paint. So Dwarf Fortress has been out for about 24 hours and has already outsold Valhalla. Currently has 67% discount. Fuck. Go Dwarf Fortress. Oh, and I am using the Psycho again, I think. Oh no, I did use the Psycho again, but I'm on the Insane Detail now. So if anybody wants to up the count to buy another one, then
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it.
I can't even pick the paintbrush up quickly enough to deal with it because I've got all my Army Painter paintbrushes sat next to me. But thank you. Hmm. It's really difficult doing this on such a small piece as well. Like I started with a large piece with that extra piece, which actually came in a box of stuff that Grox sent me. So thank you, Grox. But I started on a large piece like that, so I knew I'd got space to cock up. Do not have that here. Oh shit, really, D? I am miles behind with VS. Got so much stuff still to do in it. Okay, no, that's not worked. I think I know what I need to do for the back plate. But I think I'm kind of fucking up the shoulder plate here. Yeah, I'm about the same as Cyborg Kian. How are you? I think we want a little more highlight here. Hmm. Yeah, I think the Elfic flesh was a good shout, though. May not be going quite how I want it to, but hmm. We're going to put a little bit more black on there as well. So I'm just sort of mixing the colours together, sort of, but not really properly blending them at the minute. Okay, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. I'm going to take a little bit of the like actual colour. Hmm. Okay, no, I'm okay with this. Oh, cool, Kian. That sounds fun. I may be completely ruining this now. After I've just said that I'm quite happy with how it's starting to look, I may be about to ruin it. We'll see. This is the curse of learning how to do non-metallic metals. Yeah, not happy with it anymore. Hmm. Okay. Okie doke, tits. Okay. Hmm. This is such a small area to have started with as well. I probably should have started with a larger piece. Just to make this a little easier. Okay, I'm going to swap to the detail brush, which is a little bigger. Make sure there's no paint in it. Oh, here's a song I've not listened to in a little while. Did somebody pet Chibitan? Or did they just randomly interject now? That was weird. Never seen that before.
Hello there.
Hello, Panda. Chibitan randomly says things. Oh, fair enough. I've just never seen the pet animation just sort of happen. But that was something that people had to actually do. Okay. Back to the insane detail. I wish I could change the name of that bit of the bot that deals with the Tamagotchi. So that it would also be Chibitan. But I can't. There we go, that's what I was missing. There we go. That's what it was missing all along. Now I've got to do the same thing on the other side. Welcome back, Tids. No, not detail brush. We want the... No, let's be brave. Let's use the bigger brush. We're going to use the detail brush. Okay, this is probably going to look really weird, but I promise you there's kind of a method to it. God, I hope this works. Oh, thank you very much, Cyborg. That's very sweet.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Thank you, whoever redeemed that hydrate. I will deal with it in a moment. Torpor, thank you very much for the hydrate, the posture check, and the stretch. I will get on those as soon as I've done this bit, because I can't leave it too long or the paint will dry. Need it to be not too dry so that I can blend it, or attempt to blend it at the very least. Thank you. As always, audience participation isn't mandatory, but it is actively encouraged. Because that felt good. I'm sure it will for you folks too. Alright, we're gonna pop away from the detail brush for a minute, back to the insane detail. This is very much guesswork. On my part, I am so new to this particular painting style, this particular technique. Please don't take anything I'm doing as a tutorial. This is, for me at least, not as easy to pick up as OSL was. Okie dokie, Cypher, you take care. Ah. Well, on the plus side, I don't think you'll have been charged for it, Cypher. I'll take a look. Yeah, it didn't register it at all. Yeah, thank you for popping in tonight. It's been lovely to have you here. You take care, okay? And enjoy doing the parent thing. Oh, that's the wrong. Hmm. What the fuck are you doing, D? Look, if he doesn't want me to stream, all he has to do is tell me to piss off and I'll turn the stream off and go away. Simple as. Or I'll just ban him, you know. Because then everybody that actually wants to watch the stream can watch the stream. Wanted to see if the Spotify app we use was vulnerable. Of course you fucking did. Of course you did. I'm not going to do it on my own. Thanks. Thanks. Very sweet of you. Mm. Oh, I'm glad you're happy, Day. Hmm. I have some very similar horror stories from a particular workplace as well, D. I will not go into on stream. But if you want to chat about them at any other point, do let me know. Hmm. I feel like maybe there should be another sort of highlight point about here. But I'm worried that's going to look weird. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I have to rebase the entire thing and then we do this entire thing with actual metallics instead of non-metallic metals. Right? That's like the worst this could be, right? This may end up being one of those. That's it. I'm gonna do this the easy way that I know how to do kind of situations. And you know what? If it is, that's an important lesson to show on stream anyway. Because sometimes things don't work out the way you want, and it's okay to go, you know what? I'm gonna do this a different way. I'm not gonna keep frustrating myself by trying to do it this way when it's not working how I want. Mm, no, I don't think I do like that. Don't think I do. Do I still like the rest of it sufficiently to keep trying this? Real question. Hmm. I'm not sure I do. Maybe I do want to do this the easy way. I wanted to do something special with this guy, because he's a special mini. But the act of painting him and turning him into a little diorama is special in and of itself. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Hmm. Like, it looks nice there, I think. I think that's worked quite nicely. But maybe I don't want a highlight there. Maybe that's my problem. Hmm. What do we think, chat? Should I get rid of that highlight? Because I'm very tempted to just paint over the back plate and start again there. What do we think? It's too much, isn't it? Through the cam and finicky focus. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. Something just doesn't feel quite right about it. Like, I like the bit at the bottom, and I'd like to work more on the bit at the bottom, but this bit feels incorrect somehow. Hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea, Tids. I think I'll cover it and start again later. It's gonna bug me otherwise. Like, I won't be able to focus on anything else because I'll just. I take it this is DMAC's attempt at hacking the stream. Oh, really? That's interesting.
Hello there.
Let's have a look, see. It didn't work, D. This is Yeah. Got an error while reaching Spotify earlier, prior to you doing what you did. The API is having some trouble tonight. Hello, Hans. Welcome in. I hope you're well today. Smoke and mirrors. Sure, if you say so. What I am going to do on the back plate before I go off and do some more elsewhere is just shading around the shoulder plates with some black and then with some dark green. Because we've already done the highlighting on one of them and we're going to be doing highlighting on the other one later, so may as well get this done now so that we don't mess up our highlights later. Okay, D. Sure. Let's bring that back in a little bit. Congratulations on finishing Bayonetta 3, Hans. Did you enjoy it? Okay, there we go. Better. Oops, sorry. Smacked the microphone with the brush again. See, I think that actually looks really nice without any of the highlight on it. Bring it into focus again. I mean, maybe I'll put a little highlight up here. Just a little highlight rather than a big highlight like I was doing before. But I think it looks quite nice just like that. Bayonetta 3 tops so much of what Bayo 2 did. Took the crazy to a whole new level. It's even a thriller reference with dancing zombies. Fabulous. Fabulous. Love a good thriller reference. And a loop in the third reference. Amazing. Okay. That's the detail brush going down. And because we're doing some highlighting, the Psycho is coming back up. See who gets there first. Nobody. Well then. Oh,
Look at that
shit.
subtle off-white color. The tasteful thickness of it.
Thanks, Tids. See, this is what I like the Psycho for more than anything else in the world. It makes doing these kind of very careful highlights so much easier. There we go. You know, Cyborg, I have very similar feelings about that song. So, for those that don't know, either because they don't follow me on Twitter or because they just didn't happen to see that particular tweet thread, Your Woman by White Town is the anthem to my gender dysphoria. That isn't I Want It Taking Out of the Jukebox. It's a song I absolutely adore, and I have grown to love it more, understanding why I also hated it. So the guy that wrote it and performed it, who performs under the name White Town, actually wrote it about being in love with a lesbian. And he's always said that, you know, it could quite as easily apply to a gay guy falling in love with a straight guy. But what he never really thought about, I guess, is how it could apply to trans and non-binary folk. Like, the idea of never being able to be the right kind of person for your partner or for a person that you are infatuated with because you're the wrong gender doesn't just apply to gay folks. It can apply to literally anybody. And having only come out after I got into a relationship, and coming out a long time after I got into a relationship, only really realizing that I was non-binary after I'd been in a committed relationship for like 10 years. It kind of hits different now. Oh, hello, Zasty. How you doing? I'm so sorry you weren't able to stream this morning. I was quite looking forward to it, but Alex's sleep is far more important. My Wednesday has been acceptable, thank you, Alzasto. I hope yours has been lovely too. I don't know if no. Why on earth, Chibitan, are you not doing your job? Can somebody shout out Alzasto for me? Thank you, Tids. Sorry, my keyboard is too far away from me right now. That's what I was doing. Yeah. So Yeah, I'm with you, Cyborg. Now that I've come to terms with why it was that it made me feel the way I did, I absolutely adore Your Woman by Whitetown. But there was a very long period of time where it would come on and I would just start crying, because there's a lot to unpack there. Okay, that's what I was doing. Yeah, I don't know why Chibitan didn't shout you out there, Alzasto. They're supposed to shout out anybody that streams, because that way there's not so much onus on the mods to do that. They can just sort of like chill, have a nice time in the stream, and only worry about dealing with bots. Okay, I think we're getting there now. Oh yeah, but you have streamed, that's why it shouts you out. And for anyone that hasn't streamed in ages and doesn't want to be shouted out by the bot, do let me know, because I'm always happy to add you to the exceptions list. Year of the Cat? You're going to have to expand on that one. Ah, okay. No worries, Cyborg. Oh, that's too much green. Yeah, this always felt like, I say always felt, this feels to me a little bit like something said in the heat of an argument. You know? Yeah, yeah. I figured you might, Tids. The story of the production of this track actually is really, really interesting. There's a fantastic episode about it in a documentary series on Netflix. But the kind of old timey little couple of bars that you've got there, buried under all that synth, is from a song called The Woman. It's a very, very clever play on everything. It's a fantastically cleverly constructed piece of music, which is probably why it's still so well loved even today. And for the record, Whitetown's barely done any fucking music other than this and the album it's on. Isn't it just, Tids? Albeit from the quote unquote other side of things. Yes. Yeah. I feel like maybe the highlight is a bit too strong on the right side. Like it's just perfect on the left, but it's a bit much on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some green and I'm going to pop that there. Just to soften that down a bit, because all of these paints are really heavily watered down at this point. And then I've taken the teal that I've used for the main body God, this track brings back memories as well. Yeah, it's kind of sad that like the original song that came from isn't recognized at all anymore. Everyone just knows that piece from White Town sampling it for Your Woman. Yeah, me the tids. My first experience of this track was at primary school during some weird school assembly. Okay, I think we're getting there with the other side as well now. So I'm going to start putting the more powerful highlights in at the top. And we can always block things back in if we don't like them. We've proven that once already tonight. Because his backplate doesn't look too bad. You wouldn't think that I, made a terrible attempt at non-metallic metals on the backplate and then hurriedly covered it up. Like so many scandals. Okay, I'm actually quite happy with the two shoulder um panels. I know it's taken ages to do them. But this is a long process. This is probably going to be weeks of me painting on stream to get all of the different panels done. Because he's a very detailed little fellow as well. I'm gonna bring some of that highlight back. Just a little bit. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the microphone. There we go. That's better. That's what we wanted. And then a little more here. And I'm going to try and blend that in a little bit. I may not have worked quickly enough. Here's a fun thought for you folks. So, I'm a big Bob Ross fan. Did you know that the technique that Bob Ross and the Bob Ross School of Painting rely on requires the use of a moistened canvas so that you can wet blend the paints, very much like you have to do. Ooh, sorry, microphone. When you're painting non-metallic metals. Happy accidents. So, this is about as close to doing Bob Ross style painting as I'm ever likely to get on stream.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Yeah, we just have happy accidents here. To be honest with you, this version of non-metallic metal that I'm doing right now is a happy accident in and of itself, because it's not how you're supposed to do it. I just kind of fucked up and made it work. And I think it works quite well. Oops. Oh, too much paint. Too much paint. It's also very wet. It's mostly water, so we can just blend it away. Again, no mistakes, just happy accidents. And it all works out in the end. And then we want a little bit more black because we just put a bunch of white where there wasn't any black underneath it. Give that a little blend. Get the excess water off. Making sure that I was actually showing it to you folks rather than just, you know, not. Then we'll get a little bit of the teal. Put that in the very center. Okay, I think our shoulder pads are done. Let's get him in shot with an appropriate amount of lighting under him, above him even. There we go. I think they look quite nice. Not perfect, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. This fella's been through the wars, we assume. A little bit of rough here and there is fine. What time is it? Oh gosh, that has taken up a lot of time. I've been live for what? An hour and 40 minutes, and this is what we've done. It's not a lot. It's very much not a lot. Okay, I need to take a breather from painting for a second because I've been crouched over. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you all think so. Like I said before, I am quite nervous about doing this guy right. I want him to look nice. Thank you, Tits. Maybe one day I'll be able to speed paint things, but today is not that day. Especially not with something like this. When I've decided to do it the most difficult way possible. Because it wouldn't be fun if it was easy, would it? Oh, yeah, I need a little breather, a little stretch, because this has taken a lot out of me. And I'm actually quite warm as well, so guess what? You get to see my D&D pajama top. Because I haven't been out of the house today. So I spent the entire day in my jammies. Like a grown-up. You need to see this. I can't move the camera so you can see how adorable his little face is because it will disturb him. You know what? I'm gonna try. See if I can do it without waking him up. I fucking did it. He is fast asleep. Look at the precious little boy. Doesn't he look adorable? Oh, he's a little bit awake now. Sorry, Pete. Oh no, he's gone back to sleep. He's been a very good boy today. Something really spooked him earlier, and he was sitting at my office doorway, barking and growling at Slow's office. Slow was in bed, asleep, in a different room, not in his office. There was nothing, there was no one in that office. And he was proper. I've never heard him like this before. Porthos is a lovely, soft little boy. Like, if a burglar gave him belly rubs, he'd make them a cup of tea, kinda. Lovely, soft boy. And I've never ever heard him bark aggressively. Oh, that's very cute, Cyborg. Um, like he doesn't bark aggressively. He only barks when he's playing with Slow. Sometimes when he's playing with me. Um, and he only growls in his sleep when he's chasing something in his dreams. So to have him sat there, fully alert, growling and barking at something that I couldn't see was making me very anxious. And he wouldn't leave my side either. Like, he was constantly putting himself between me and the hallway. And for about an hour, he was just guarding me. Like, he'd reverse up to where my chair was and sit and just stare at the door. He wouldn't move his gaze from the door. It was so weird. And because he's normally so soft and so friendly and so cheerful, the fact that he was being exactly the opposite of how he normally is really freaked me out. So he's had a very eventful day. I'm not surprised he's sleepy now. Yeah, I think I've had enough of a rest. So I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna leave Porthos cam up so you folks can watch the sleepy boy. Because I know how much you love him. He's finally learnt, by the way, that me talking during certain hours of the day doesn't mean he's likely to get treats. Like, he knows now when stream time is. So he doesn't pester me for treats as much. During office hours. He's a clever boy. Oh, that's really nice, Cyborg. Sounds like you're really good with Smallborg. Just something to be applauded. Jesus. Just all of the shit that I listened to as a kid here. Okay, fine, fine. We're playing it that way, are we? Oops, sorry. My biggest problem right now is that my water pot is right underneath my boom arm. There we go. So what I'm trying to do is sort of blend out the black line that I put here so that it's less of a line and more like a shadow. Now the paint's already fairly watered down, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But sometimes these things don't go according to plan. I think it's going okay so far. I need to get in touch with Frontier Wargaming actually, because you probably won't be able to see it because it's in the background, but See this? This is an LED strip light that is part of my hobby case. I have the hobby case 1.0 from Frontier Wargaming, which I love. I do. My mum got me this as a birthday present, and it has been the backdrop to Hobby Happy Hour ever since, because I frankly don't go anywhere to carry it with me. But it makes for a wonderful backdrop for Hobby Happy Hour, I think. But they're now on to the Hobby Case 2.0. And the light they use, ever so slightly different from the light on the 1.0. Because, you know, upgrades. Which is great and fine. But the power adapter for my light went missing during the move. And when I tried to buy a replacement, it wasn't powerful enough. And because they've changed the style of light they use, the 2.0, I can't just go to their website and buy a replacement. I've either got to email them and say, hey, have you got any of this specific piece still in storage from the 1.0? Or I've got to buy an entirely new light. And with everything else going off right now, that's been very low on the priorities list, as I'm sure you can imagine. So it's not happened. That's gone too far. I'll adjust the camera in a second. Oh, forgot there was a magnet there.
Hello there.
Hello, Nikki. How you doing? Low on spoons, but figured I'd still try to treat when I can. Oh, bless you. Thank you for the treat for me and for the treat for Porthos. He is mostly asleep. He's opened his eyes now. He's heard the T word. But I'll pop a treat to one side for him for when he's actually awake. And I will get a treat for myself out of the jar in a moment. Once I've unfucked this. I am starting to feel a bit happier with this now. Nice, Cyborg. Yep, I think we're good there. I think as much as this isn't the colour scheme you're supposed to use for what I'm trying to do, I think it looks quite nice. It looks like his armor's just really tarnished, which is a look that I appreciate. Right. Thank you for the treat for me. Camera flipped over just as I started pulling a really horrible face because I got my hand stuck in the jar. That would be an indicator to some that I should stop having sweeties. But no, shan't. It is a Bubs. I don't know how else to describe it. That's what they're called on the website and everything. They're really nice. It's a little bit like what are those things called? It's a bit like a green and pink drumstick, but soft and mahoosive. So thank you, Nikki. And the treat for P is off to one side for when he wakes up, because he has gone back to sleep. I'm just gonna eat this before I go back to painting. Thank you very much. Very nice. I'm gonna have a little drink as well.
Goodbye.
No worries, Tibbs. You take care. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Thank you for the modding and for being here and chatting. It's been very nice. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can adjust the lighting a little bit for you folks. This is probably gonna really badly affect my view of the miniature, but we'll see. Yeah, that's much better for you folks. And I can peek over it, it's fine, it's fine. I'll just use one eye. And I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, this works. I could do with like a jeweler's magnifying lens that I can just affix to my head. Got another miniature that I want to have a go at doing non-metallic metals on soon as well. We'll probably end up doing that one off stream though. I'm quite looking forward to painting that one. Oh, wrong colour. Okay, this is where it gets fun. Because we've got all sorts of weird details. That's right, I'm going to do the helmet.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Oh, thank you, Torpor. Take it there's a posture check and a stretch coming. There is indeed. It is time for the Streamers Union mandated meat mecha maintenance. Oh, as always, audience participation isn't mandatory, but is actively encouraged. Thank you, Torpor, for making sure I take care of myself. Now then, where were we? Oh, that doesn't surprise me, Cyborg. I wish it did. Thing is, Ringu and Juon are both very, very popular in Japan. And not just in Japan either. Like, you know, there's Western remakes of the movies, but there's also Korean remakes of Ring. There is a Ju-on Netflix series. Like, they are together probably some of the most pervasive horror media going now. Because of the various different versions that have released over the years. And just like with things like Freddy vs. Jason, movie moguls can't help themselves but take two things that are extremely popular and mash them together to see who wins in a fight. It's not just movie moguls either. I mean, there's tons of YouTube channels that are dedicated to who would win in a fight kind of mechanics. Okay, so my plan here is we're going to have a nice bright edge highlight there. And we're going to have blended shadows down the sides. And a little bit here too. They have indeed been doing it since the 30s. You're not wrong, Soup. Just a thing they can't help themselves but do. Godzilla vs. Kong. As well. And, you know, if you start getting into the tokusatsu side of things, then basically everything is a monster versus monster. I mean, I think there was I don't know how true it is, but I think there was rumors that Hideaki Anno's Shin Ultraman was going to be in the same universe as Shin Gojira was, which would mean that Ultraman would be more than likely to fight Gojira at some point in the newest iteration, but like actually in the movies, and actually Godzilla rather than just like the Godzilla suit with a frill attached to it or some shit like that, as has happened in Ultraman. Can understand the thinking. This monster movie made this much. This monster movie made that much. Therefore, if we stick them together, we should make double both of that. Yeah, doesn't always work that way though. Like it's certainly logic. Okay, is this just from my playlist or did somebody put this in? I think it's the playlist. Wicked. I'm down with that. Like, I'm still angry at Gunship, but this is a really good track. Which feels like a thing I say about a lot of synthwave artists these days. I just realised I'm doing an edge highlight with the insane detail rather than the psycho. Look at me! Evolving. Making progress. Are you proud of me, chat? I'm proud of me. Oops. This is really difficult to do on camera. Because of what it is I'm trying to do. At the angle and stuff. Oops, that was a little too much paint. We'll just try and take some of that off. Some of the excess. I'm actually just going to try and take some off with my finger. Yeah, there we go. Better. We'll start again, essentially. I'd rather start again than have to deal with that later. Yeah, this is not easy to do on camera. Only because he's wiggling so much. Really, I think what I need to do is stop painting him, paint the base, and then affix him to the base after I've painted his feet. Because then I've got something to actually hold him in place rather than his spindly leggies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the bit of non-metallic metal I have started. Or I'm just going to paint over it by accident. That works too. Right. Insane is going down. Gonna use the Psycho. No need to apologise, Torpor. Thank you so much for being here today. It's been lovely to have you. I hope you're okay. And you get some good rest when the time comes. And I will talk to you on Friday. Take care, okay? So I don't want this to be white all the way around, because that wouldn't look right. So what I'm doing instead is just putting a thin layer of my other colours over the top of bits. On either side, so that we can still see that it's paler, but it's not as pale as where the light's clearly hitting the helm. Swap away from the Psycho for a minute to blend that in a bit. There we go. Lovely. And now we can start back with the insane detail again. Doing our final touch-ups. Because again, we need the darkest point to be right next to the lightest point, otherwise this won't look right. There we go. Want a little bit more green over in the corner here. And over here too. There we go. I am quite happy with how that looks. Then we'll just blend in some teal. A little bit of teal at the bottom there. So that the green's not quite so streaky. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Oh, what time is it? Okay. I think I am actually just going to finish up there. Wow. Okay. So, not done any shading on this side. We've not started doing any non-metallic metals here yet, because frankly, this side scares me. But look at the difference. Like, I know it's not tidy, it's not perfect, but I'm quite happy with the shading there. I think the shading looks really nice. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Looks really nice. Thank you, Nikki. I'm glad you think so. Like, I think I was really worried about doing this. I was really worried it would look shit and that it was a bad plan, but I think it looks okay. And you know what? Okay will do. See if I can get both cameras to work today. There we go. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave it there for the night. I'm quite happy with how that's turned out so far. It's not perfect, but this is my first time attempting this kind of technique on an actual miniature, rather than testing it on a spare part. Irish, thank you very much for the treat for me. So I'm quite happy with that. I think if I find the time outside of work and outside of streaming, I might see about doing his feet and then painting up the base before the next hobby happy hour, so that when we come around to painting him on stream again, I can actually have him in the base and ready to be painted and not quite so flimsy and wobbly, because that has not been helping me tonight. Treat from Irish is a fizzy cola bottle. Thank you very much. Right. That all said and done. Is my stream deck going to work today? That's looking like a resounding no. Oh no, there we go. Fucking hell. Busy night tonight. We got a lot of folks live. I'm pretty sure I forgot to run a giveaway today. I don't think anybody entered the giveaway anyway. Oh, Porthos is awake to have his treat. Throw it on his bed. There you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one entered the giveaway. Because again, I think I turned it off. Too much other shit to deal with right now. Anyway, I'm gonna send you folks off in a moment. Just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that's come along today. It's been lovely to have you all here. I've been in a really weird headspace this entire stream, so it's been nice that you folks have stuck around and supported me and, you know, put nice music in the jukebox and encouraged me while I've been learning how to paint this particularly daunting technique. So thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate it. We are gonna go and see it is today. Okay, do I need to tell you anything else? Friday. I will definitely be back on Friday, but depending on how many blue screens I have between now and then, we'll either be doing this again or we'll be doing our regularly scheduled Friday community night content. By which I mean a video game with the jukebox on. As mentioned earlier in the stream and seen at the bottom of the screen during the actual stream, no captions until I've got a new computer because my CPU can't handle them right now. But basically I'm just gonna do the best I can to keep the stream running for as long as possible until I can afford to buy a new PC. I am planning on doing a 24-hour stream at some point in the next month to try and raise some funds for that. Watch this space. I'll let you know when I know. Anyway, I'll hopefully see you all on Friday. But as always, until I do see you next, I want you to take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking hands. And have a great rest of your week, everybody. However you're spending it. Now, go say hi to Tidders for me. Bye, folks.